I'm not your dad.
The whole thing?
Just in case you were wondering. It's a common question. I'm definitely an ascendant of that gentleman, but definitely not your dad. Hey, up next, we have Mr. Bobby Sticks.
Yeah.
Yo, what's happening, y'all?
What's up, man?
What's happening, y'all? Y'all good?
Yeah.
Yeah, what's up, Beach House? How y'all doing? What's up, Bitch House? You know, sorry, it's my whole activities popping up again, Shout out to y'all. Hey, thank you for everybody who came out tonight, My name's Bobby Sticks. I'm the nigga who don't give a shit, about what y'all think. Y'all finally lowered it for the short motherfuckers, I can see that for a fact, I'm tall, and I walk around with my chest out, and I walk around with BDE. What's BDE, you ask? Anybody got BDE? Any men have BDE in here? That's big dick energy, You knew what it meant, but with me, I walk around like, shit, excuse me, tall guy. Oh yeah, tall guy. That motherfucker shook my hand in the bathroom, and I'm like, here you go. Let that rub off on you a little bit, that might give you another quarter inch, With me, I just don't give a shit, Look, I've been dating a lot lately. Yeah, shout outs to me, I'm not in a full-fledged relationship, but I'm in a full-fledged relationship if you figure out what I'm talking about, nigga. Nobody, that's cool. Y'all ain't saying nothing because your girl's around, but that's cool, I'm around, and with myself, I like to fuck, just straight out, shout outs to my friend over here. She talked about sucking dick like a motherfucker. I was like, damn. She's cool. She's 55 too, and I was like, that shit is fire. Not about the sucking dick and all, but for whoever's getting their dick sucked, that shit is great. You know what I mean? But a 55-year-old fucking blowjob, either it's real good or it's questionable. I don't know. With me, getting topped off, that shit is great because you just sit there and just blah, blah, you just gotta do this shit right here, you know what I mean? You get fancy with it, put your hip in it, blah, 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 blah. Whoa, hold on, because you won't get the full block if you keep, no? Nobody got the full block before, huh? You just don't live my life, I'm trying to let y'all in, on what I'm trying to do, Look here, every time a man comes, he loses 3% of his zinc in his body. Zinc is good for hair loss, and yeah, shout outs to the zinc, people who know minerals and shit like that, the smart motherfuckers, every time you bust a nut, that's why you get tired. Not me though, nigga, I'm fully charged up, I take zinc like cocaine, every morning yeah, put my shots in, because, I jack off from time to time, what I mean? I take a I get my frost on, I get my freeze on with zinc, I'm like, yeah, nigga. You got work and shit like that, you're like, yeah, baby, I'm just taking my zinc, you want a line? Anybody? No? I got a good zinc realtor, that motherfucker's good, I think he's a Jew. No? I keep pointing at y'all every time I feel the joke is hilarious, if there was Jews in here, y'all niggas would be laughing like, oh. Kanye scared y'all off, but you know what? I don't even like Kanye, it's cool. I like everybody, you know what I mean? But with me, I even have gay friends, it's fine. Oh, Bob has gay friends? Yeah, you damn right I got gay friends, because they make shit happen, Those gay motherfuckers, make rules that we never even thought of, it's like, you can't call us this anymore because that's racist. Oh, hey, bitch, fuck you gay motherfucker. And now all of a sudden I'm in jail, the same day, so I'm like, fuck that, all gay people, y'all stay over there and do this shit all y'all want, but, I fucked around, and said it like this. So it's like, gay people are right, y'all gotta be tough to take it. Anyway,
Bobby.
Look, man, I got a big dick, you know what I mean? I'm just not even lying. I got BDE, that's why I walk around like I don't give a shit. Because realistically, I don't, Trump's in office and shit like that, and, I don't give a fuck. And with me, hey, easy, quiet, you, I'm telling jokes. Anyway, you know, fucking is fun as hell, you know. Oh, that's what I was gonna say. You know, gay people, it's like, it's cool to be gay, but me, I'm old school, I still like vagina. That's what I want to say. Hell yeah. That shit is delicious like a motherfucker. Y'all still eat pussy out there? No?
Yeah.
Yeah, there we go. Hell yeah. Yeah, you pull them layers back and shit. It's like, oh shit, there's more to go. Damn, hell yeah. Let me get in the midst of this motherfucker. Oh shit, what is this little helmet y'all got? Oh shit. Wow. Hey bitch. Wow. You know, and just the sound effects that shit makes, you know, when a girl squirts, that shit is very rude, you know, and it's fucked up. You know, because girl squirt, that shit's crazy, you know, with us it's just like, rah, wah, wah, wah. If you got a lot of zinc, it's like, wah, wah, wah. It's a lot of pulsations, you know what I mean? It's like, I'm a one-man bukkake army. You ever see a bukkake video? This shit is bah, 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 from like 4 or 5 full dick motherfuckers. But with me, it's just like, bleh. It's like a water hose back in the 60s for black people.
Damn.
Y'all said I could say what I want, so nigga, but I do my zinc like cocaine, so I'm just, it's cool, baby, you know, I'm good, I got more to go, you know? It takes me about 3 minutes to get ready again, you know, and I just gotta think of the nastiest shit in the world, and I'm just like, what the fuck kind of, you know, not horse porn, like, fuck, whatever that white man was that shit. I like bitches, you know what I mean? This shit is great. I like pussy, you know, every once in a while, you know, it's just like a babysitter gone wild. Hey, bitch, you know, how old are you, 19? That's fine. Let me see some ID. I don't even know age anymore. You know, when I got up here, I told motherfuckers my real age. They're like, what? You look that old? I'm like, yeah, I'm 42. What it do, baby? I just turned 42 last month. Yeah, give it up for the one more time. Yeah, because statistically, I should have been dead when I was 16. I was in the streets, you know, I used to fuck around and get arrested. I've been arrested several times, you know, I still got warrants right now. I had to change my name to Bobby Sticks to keep y'all niggas off me. Fucking Henderson, you know. My name's DeMangelo Claxton. And, shit, I gave y'all my government name. Don't look me up. There he goes again with his loud ass trash can, you know? Shout out to you, Juanito. That's fucked up. No, man, because I say that because I'm good with Mexicans, you know what I mean? My mistress is a Mexican, and she's great, you know what I mean? I love her, you know what I mean? She just don't know it yet, but you know, that motherfucker can cook. But I go by the name of Bobby Sticks because I'm the nigga who don't give a shit, you know? But I'm letting y'all know, they tried to kick us out years ago. They said, go back to Africa. I'm like, nigga, I never been there. My great-grandparents and them, they was over there. They had a hard time, you know, with the whites, you know. The whites are cool now, though. I call them whites, just like DT calls us the blacks. As if this is the first time you've seen the blacks. Yeah, I'm a nigga, you know what I mean? I'm gonna be a nigga for life, you know? Until I go for a job interview and I'm like, hello, I'm African American, I'm black, I'm this and this and this, and I'm like, yeah, I'm still all these pencils in this motherfucker right now. I'm working on that shit, don't worry. Back to dick jokes, you know, hey, I used to date a lot of different chicks, you know what I mean, before I found my winner, you know. Look, I dated this chick, you know, her name was Summer. She had a real summer mouth. You know what a summer mouth is?
Hot.
That's pretty good. Where's my book at? I gotta write that. No, she had a summer mouth. It's like some of her teeth were here, some of them were there, some of them were missing, you know. But she sure could suck a dick, so I hung around with her until fall, you know. Met an old bitch and I used to call her Fall because that's all she used to do. She was fucked up, you know. I date annually, you know. She used to get out of bed and I used to lay that shit down like a and I put my full hip into that shit. Now, I don't got a lot of heft to me, but I'm fat where it counts. You know what I'm saying? I'm like 225 down below, you know what I mean? But up here, I don't know, 168 on a good day, like Bruce Lee status, you know? I'm like a turtle shell up underneath this mouth. But old Fall, you know, she was 52. She was 55. Yeah, she was 55. You know, she can suck a dick though. She was wild. You know, just talking shit. You know, and then I met Winter. You know, that was some cold pussy. You know, that shit never got wet for nothing. I was like, damn. Shit was bad, you know, shit gave me freezer burn, but you know, I pushed through like a pudding pop, you know what I mean? Man, y'all laughing at me, I'm just I did them all, you know, that's 4 bitches, you know, that's 4 years, you know, I just go through the thick and the thin, you know what I mean? But I prefer a thick chick, you know, because if a thin bitch, if she gets a BBL, that shit looks like a capital letter P, and that shit's gross to me, you know? Just big ass and nothing else, and it's just like, you got small calves like a flamingo, bitch, you know what I mean? Put your legs up over my head, but then she's like, ow, I have my head, ouch, you know, old tender bitch. You better take this dick, you know, and be grateful, you know, that you got some Bobby Stick. Motherfucker like this. Let me talk about spring for a little bit. So spring, shut up, bitch. Spring came along, you know, and I said, that's my birthday, you know, so that's my birthday, so I'm spring, you know. Yeah, and I took my zinc and I was tuned up that day, you know what I mean? I kept going, I kept fucking, aren't you done yet? Yeah, I finished 3 times in you, girl. I hope you on a birth control pill, because we pregnant already, you know? I'm 42. That baby's gonna come out in the 2nd grade already talking about, Daddy, I need some glue for this project. I was like, nigga, you just got here, you know? You know what, fuck y'all, man. I'm still working on shit, you know, but this is the place that lets me work out my material. Y'all fucking with me or not?
Absolutely.
Hell yeah, I'm just making sure, you know? Because I got a daughter, she's cool. I fucked around and, you know, stuck around with this white chick, you know, she was real cool, you know, she could kind of suck dick, but, you know, it was a lot, you know, it was a mouthful.
Excuse me.
So anyway, I had a baby by her because she had good credit, so now my credit is phenomenal. This shit is delicious, you know? So I'm trying to stay on top of it, and it's just like, hey, I got a daughter, you know, and she's smart. She's real smart, you know? She knows a lot more than I do, but she don't know she's black yet, you know? I know. Middle school's gonna be a motherfucker for that. What are you? I mean, your hair is kind of like ours. Like when I was a kid, I was the only black kid in my middle school. And I was just like, damn, where's the rest of us blackity blacks at, you know? It was me, my brother was the other one, so I already knew that nigga. And there was another dude, so I was like, okay, cool. So then I was too black to hang out with the white kids because they had skateboards, they had Abercrombie, what is that shit called? Yeah, they had that shit, you know? I ain't have no money for no Abercrombie and Bench, you know what I mean? I had Ben Davis khaki outfits and shit like that. They're like, bro, do you even know how to kickflip? I'm like, man, I'll kick you in the fucking liver, bitch. They're like, you know, they used to do all kind of shit, and I'm like, man, fuck that. I can't even get down with that. So then the black kids, you know, they started moving in. Hey, what's going on? That's my guy right there. Hell yeah. Drink special is $7 and he's a thirsty comedian, $7 drink. They said I gotta do some shit. So now the black kids were like, nigga, you ain't got no Jordans. I'm like, I can't afford Jordans, I'm broke. But I got these Chucks on, you know what I mean? I got these Nike Cortezes, so far away I heard. And I was like, what the fuck is that shit? I'm like, dun, 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 dun. And they're like, hey, what up, Holmes? The fuck are you doing around here, eh? And I'm just like, I don't know, my name's Bobby Sticks. They're like, yeah, we know. Hey, fucker. That's my Chicano accent. Hey, fucker. You trying to get down on this motor or what? I'm like, hell yeah, fool. Ever since then, you know, the higher the socks, the downer the fool. So I'm a down-ass motherfucker.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. Ole, Johnny. Before I get out of here. I got the whistle, too. I heard that shit. What eh? I'll see you after the show, eh? Before I get out of here, I just want to let y'all know if I offended anybody, sorry, y'all won't see me tomorrow. But look, if I offended anybody, you know, I'm a comic, you know, I'm just trying to make it out here in these Vegas streets. And I always end my set like this: be lovely, not ugly, all right? So now on the count of 3, I want y'all to say that with me. Y'all ready? 1, 2, 3. Be lovely, not ugly. I'm Bobby Sticks, and I love y'all. Peace.
Hey.
That's Bobby Sticks. Yeah. Give it up for Bobby Sticks.
Dale, Bobby.